first time in your career you go to a road stadium that you've already started at before. And obviously, always thinking of new angles here.
Yeah.
That was a good start for you. I mean, you guys, you bounced back from a good, a tough
very
start.
Bad start.
A bad
but
start.
It was
Yeah. Sorry to.
Good game.
Not talking about the past here, but I mean, I don't know. Does that? I don't know. Does that give you any comfort level going over there and what you guys did at Rutgers as well as an offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think the game 2 years ago it's 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But I think every time you're on the road, it's a challenge, but it's less of a new challenge. If you've been on the road before, like we have at Rutgers, it's still going to be a challenge though, and we still have to, have the right focus on the road and be locked into what is important. And the only thing that is important when you go on the road is winning the football game. And I thought we handled ourselves well, on the Rutgers trip, and but it doesn't guarantee us anything. We gotta continue to do that at Illinois this week.
How have you seen Logan Jones grow?
Yeah, I think every week he's getting more comfortable. I really loved last game. I thought he anticipated the snap count really well, which it's the one thing I've been kind of harping on him with, and he did it really well Saturday. So that's good, because to me that means now he's playing confident and he's starting to get it, just the speed of the game and stuff like that. I don't know too much about O-line fundamentals and stuff like that, so all I care about is getting the ball on time, and he did a really good job of that, and he's continuing to grow.
You're going to probably run blitz a lot. How do you address that? What do you look for there?
Yeah, I think for them, it's they play a loaded box all the time. So I think the trick is that we know it's going to be a challenge to run the ball, and we know what runs we think give us a really good chance to be successful. But the key there is, the numbers in the run game aren't going to be, meaning in the count for our guys, they're going to be different than what we're used to. Might not be getting a fair fight every time. But we'll make it a fair fight if we can, just be really sound with our fundamentals. Just things like that, just up front, just giving our backs a chance to get going. And there's gonna be some runs we're gonna need to carve out hard yards, and that's every week, but this week especially.
On the flip side, the pass game, they play a lot of man, or at least a good amount of man. And there could be some plays down the field for you, or do you just have to kind of be patient and wait for those and hit them when you can?
Yeah, I mean, there's if there's opportunity down the field, if we call a play we're trying to attack downfield, then if the opportunity is there, we need to cash in. It definitely feels like at this point, not done with my prep yet, but it's starting to feel like a game where explosive plays are going to be critical. Kind of like when you play Wisconsin, where it's going to be tough to carve out every yard. So explosive plays can really help an offense. It feels like that may be the case this week. We'll see. We'll really see Saturday, but man coverage. That's if a team wants to defend you like that, you gotta attack it. You gotta win matchups, and I gotta win my location.
Can you update us on a couple of weeks back? You were saying I got to make my most improvement in footwork and timing. Mm-hmm. Have you made those improvements, and what have those kind of looked like? Like, what had been going wrong, and has that improved?
Yeah, I think the drop back game, drop back passing or play action passing, the last 3 weeks, my timing's been really good. I thought I took a step back this past week, just in the sprint game, in my timing. That's something that showed up early in the year with just I'm taking too many steps, and then I corrected it for a couple weeks, and then that overthrow to Brody, that second drive, I took too many steps, and that's what happens. It's the timing's off, everything's off, and the play doesn't work out. So that's definitely a point of emphasis. It's not. It has not become complete muscle memory for me yet. It's new, and I did a good job of correcting it, but it didn't stick this last game, and that's a lack of focus on my part. So just got to continue to make that a point of emphasis. And drop back passing, happy with my timing. Last 3 weeks, just need to stay on it, because it's the second I take my foot off the gas there, I'll revert back to what I've done in the past, which is not what we're looking for.
Nico's had a couple games under his belt this year. In practice and in these games that he's played, how close is he to 100% from your perspective?
Yeah, and I think that's another thing where it's going to be a weekly battle for him. I thought he looked really good Saturday, but I think he's going to be fatigued from that, and then it's going to be a race of how quick he can recover before the next game. But he looked really good Saturday, and hoping that's the same. Going to be the same this Saturday, but it's hard. I mean, it's any injury that you sustain that you really don't have time to fully get your conditioning back and things like that. It's going to be a challenge for a while, and I know he's checking every box he can. Recovery wise, it's just how fast can you get back to 100%.
Much the run blitz. Sorry to interrupt. Run blitz stuff. You were talking about how much is on you to kind of make the count. If you see the counts stacked against you, to get out of the play, or how much wiggle room do you have there at the line of scrimmage? And is a lot put on your shoulders right there?
Yeah, week to week it varies. Like last week we had our run game program was big on. Just for them, it was their safeties. If they'll bring a safety into the box, and we don't want to run there. For Illinois, that's not how they're going to play.
Okay.
They're going to stack the box, and we know how we're going to get played for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's more than ever. It's just going to be about executing because it's going to be hard. They want to take the run away, and they have a good scheme. But week to week it varies, and this week it's just going to be about execution.
Would it be accurate to say the best way to do it is just throw to the outside, then avoid that? If you can. Is that too simplistic?
Well, it's in a throw game. Yeah, I don't think you want to waste a ton of time throwing to where everyone is. But we got to run the ball too. If a team's going to sell out trying to take that away, then it's how do we get to the best runs and how do we give ourselves the best chance? Because we do run the ball.
What are your